Hey everyone, happy Friday. So I know I've been a little MIA this week, and that's because my kids were out of school. They had their spring break, and we were running around a lot with appointments and college tours. So, yes, I've been talking and talking and talking a lot about my daughter and her skin issues. This is a common thing, not just for children, babies, and adults. So, um, it's becoming more and more common because these things are just being put more and more into our products. So this is going to be an ongoing thing, and I really am sharing my knowledge with this and how I go about it when with my kids and myself, because it's we have to look at figuring out the root cause, right? And if we just keep treating it and not get into the bottom line, the issue is not going to go away. So you can go and you can get your topicals or your drugs, your prescriptions and such from the Western medicine, but that is not going to get away, eliminate the cause. So it'll then come back. And I'm just tired of how this continuous cycle works. And at the same time, you're not getting healed, you're not getting to the bottom of the problem, and you can be causing so many other symptoms down the line, right? So as much education as you can get, being our own advocate for our own health, I stress so much about this topic, is that it's like the best thing that we can do for ourselves. Honestly, nobody has your back better than yourself. Nobody knows your body better than yourself, right? So as much knowledge as you can get. We have Google now, right? We have the internet. We have it on our phones. We have it on our computers. Use it for these things. I'm telling you. When you have conditions, like no matter what it is, unexplained inflammation, unexplained rashes, unexplained eczema, dermatitis, hair fall, asthma, lung problems, don't just take the easy route out. You know what I'm saying? Don't just take the meds and live the rest of your life on these meds, and then now you're 50 and 60 and you have all these health problems, not just the one. It's like common sense, right? We've got to use it. We really have to use our brains. And like, are we feeding the problem to make it grow into more problems, or are we feeding it, like nurturing it? You know what I'm saying? Healing the problem. Are we healing ourselves? Okay. So, with that being said, as you've listened to me this past year, and you're going to hear me more, hopefully, because I want to get on here and just keep talking and talking about my life experience, because it will help so many others in different ways. I'm going to do a quick recap of my story and how I came about choosing this way rather than just relying on Western medicine, is because it has changed my life. Is finding a naturopathic doctor, finding a wellness center, a holistic wellness center that has a naturopathic doctor that can analyze your body from within, head to toe, inside to out, and see what's going on, see your imbalances, seeing what your toxic allergens or sensitivities, what's in your body, you know what I mean? All this stuff, like, it's amazing. See this packet right here? This folder right here? This is one from my daughter, and I have one for myself, and in it is like, this booklet of stuff about, her results, and then she gets like her own personal how do I say, like, healing process right here, I guess you can say. So what she is to do, when she's to take it, how many times, and then you go for a follow-up diagnosis kind of type thing, what's going on with her body. So I'm going to tell you that I did this 2 years ago because I had more hair fall than normal. I mean, hi Marilyn. Us as humans, we're going through like, we go through so much and we get to know our bodies, so we know it's not normal when it comes up. And with me, when I was taking a shower and washing my hair in the shower, and I'm like, I tend to like just grab the loose ends so they don't go down the drain, and then pile them up on the shelf of the shower and throw it out at the end. I was having so much hair come out. I would literally have like this much hair, like flattened, but like this much hair come out in the shower. Then after the shower, I'd pick my hair out gently. I have wavy, kind of loose, curly hair, and I would pick it out, you know, from the end, working my way up. And I had so much hair come out on the floor now, and then sweeping it up and adding it to that. That was just like crazy to me. I'm like, this is not how my hair would fall out normally. I would never lose this much hair. And I had gone to my like OBGYN, and she's also like the regular, she also is a regular, what do you call it, practitioner. You know, she was kind of explaining she's gone through the same thing. Now, I had just passed 40. I was 41 years old at this point. And I think she was around the same age and had gone through the same thing. And she's like, it's just our body changes. And she had gone through a lot of stress, which had also brought on that. And then she says kind of like a seasonal thing, like she'll go through periods of more than normal hair loss and then normal hair loss for like a few months. And I was doing that for a while, right? But I'm like, this just isn't right. You know what I mean? If my body was acting and functioning how it should be, and I was, you know, if it was all, everything inside was stabilized and balanced, then that shouldn't be happening. I thought I was stressed, but I found out I was not stressed. So that was amazing. Okay, so I had done that, and I went further, had some more labs done, because I'm like, let me go through all my blood work. Let me go get thyroid tested. All that, like all my labs were normal. I had gone to I can't think of it right now. My mind just went, but like a hormone specialist doctor. And all my hormones were fine. My testosterone level was a little higher than normal, but everything else was fine. And then I went back and I had some more testing. I think a month later, everything's still fine with like all my blood work was fine. So I'm like, well, some reviews, you know, because reviews are in there for a reason. So take the time and research. Even though this place is an hour and 10 minutes north of me, it was well worth the trip, you know. I had done, I don't know where my tests are. I have them somewhere in the house, but I had done thermography, like a hot and cold sensor test done. It's called bioenergetic evaluation, but I had done thermography first and then the bioenergetic evaluation. So you'll get a printout of your like reds, and which meaning your warmer inflamed areas, and then your coolers, like your yellow and blue areas. So whatever was red was the problematic area. So I had a lot of like blockage right here. It wasn't my thyroid, it was just like maybe blockage here, which could have been preventing my circulation from going up to my head, which hence the hair fall, you know, stuff not working up there. And then I did have some metals leaching into my body. I have the old metal fillings, you know, one fell out, thank God, kind of, because I don't have to have that one removed, but those metals were going into the body. And I do eat a lot of fish, so then we have mercury from fish. So I had gone through a metal detox, which they give you a little bottle like this, and they make it special for you for what you need, and you put a few drops under your tongue, and you go through, you know, they tell you how many times, I think it's in the morning, once a day, until it's done. So it's like your body detox of the toxins that are leaching into your body. And then they'll give you supplements if you need anything. I was a little declined in magnesium, so they put me on that, and I just had a follow-up. So 2 years later, I went with my daughter, 2 for 1. I had a follow-up while I was there for my daughter, and my magnesium is still good, so that's great. Also they do, so with the bioenergetic evaluation, I highly suggest women do this if they have anything going on in their body and they don't know why. They also do a bioterrain urinalysis report, and this tells you a whole bunch, believe it or not. It's all on this one paper right here. the bioterrain urinalysis. It reads your sugar, your urine sugar level, cardiovascular stress and oxidation, your chem strip, which you'll find out mineral deficiencies, dehydration level, pH levels, nitrates, protein, glucose, ketones, blood, like any kidney infections and stuff like that, your calcium levels, your liver stress, your kidney stress, your adrenal gland functions, vitamin C level, and possible cellular damage. So all that with just this bioterrain urinalysis. So you like take your first urine sample in the morning and you just bring it to them. It's awesome. I'm telling you guys, it's well worth it. So let me tell you, let me see if I can find it in this packet here. So I'm going to if you guys are local to Georgia, if you're in North Georgia, like north of Atlanta, this will be pretty close to you because it's Roswell. The place is called, and I'm going to give a shout out because they're awesome, Longevity Health Center, right? They're right in Roswell, Georgia. Welcome to a healthier life. So they give you this packet of all the things that they do there. They have practitioners, therapy practitioners, patient coordinators, nutrition. They have their own nutrition shop too, so all their supplements are there. They also have vegan options, which is awesome because we don't like doing the animal products. Let's see. So homeopathy, I don't know how to say it, homeopathic remedies, bioenergetic testing. So that's what you want to look for when you're looking up a wellness company, a wellness center. You want someone that does the bioenergetic testing. And I want to see if I can find that other. I know it's in my packet. Mine is filed away though. Let me see, did I mention it in here? By the way, for those that, when you're 40 and above, they usually recommend go and get a mammogram. I do in a warm room. They take some points, readings, and then they put you in a cold room and then take the cold sensor, and you can see the problematic areas that turn up like dark red. Those will show up there. And I know there's some that are specific just to, like, I had the full body one done, but there are ones that are specific to your lymphatic system, which is this area right here. That is strongly recommended, so much safer than mammograms. I'm so tongue twisted today. And ultrasounds. So yes, opt for thermography. I'm gonna take a few minutes to try and find it. I really don't want to go get mine. Alright, well, alright, we're gonna skip that. So we went in. My issue was the hair fall, right? And then ever since then, I haven't had any other than normal hair fall. I've had my regular hair fall, so my scalp is great. My magnesium levels are still great. When I went for my follow-up this time, they just said mine and hers, my daughter's, omega levels were low. And that is most likely because we don't eat a lot of meat or really anything. We just eat basically fish, and then veggies, legumes, and your grains and your fruits. It's hard to be a vegetarian, a vegan, a pescatarian, because now you got to take more. It's kind of like you've got to really work hard to balance out that stuff that you need. So the omegas is what we're lacking, and an easy way to get it in is to add more flaxseed to your meals, or flax meal, chia seeds, walnuts, and pumpkin seeds. Yeah, those are real high in omegas. So easy ways of incorporating that is I'm going to learn how to make. I've tried doing the chia pudding, But with almond milk, I guess it just doesn't get thick enough. So I'm going to try a thicker milk, which coconut milk, and we're going to work on that, incorporating that, less of that. We don't really eat dairy, but you know, when summer comes around, you want the ice cream and the yogurts, like frozen yogurts. So we like try to do as minimal as we can on the dairy, but it's in our diet a little bit. Try to get it out as best we can. So chia pudding is great. Flax meal isn't so easy. You can put it in your cereal, you can put it in your oatmeal, you can put it in your smoothie protein drinks. Throw it in banana breads that you make. It's an easy thing. You're not going to taste it. Same with the chia seed, actually. You can throw those in your smoothies too. I put some in our oatmeal today that I made. So yeah, it's easy add-ins. But for the walnuts, you could put them in trail mixes or crunch them on top of your bakes too. Pumpkin seeds is a tough one. A lot of people don't like chewing on pumpkin seeds, but we can definitely get the other ones in, right? So that's what I found, and then was also my daughter's analysis at the Holistic Wellness Center, was us being low in our omegas. She's got a lot more going on because she had, if you remember, I've been talking about it constantly, a reaction to something, and it's just in the palms of her hand and in between the fingers. And because her hands stay sweaty, they just keep, it was staying consistent and getting worse. So there was an infection there. So we went to, an allergist, and they gave her the steroid cream, which I hate, but they gave her the steroid ointment and then an antibiotic to kill the infection. So it brought it down at bay. We had them tested. Now, somebody had mentioned, one of the doctors had mentioned, about our products, right? Pure Haven, because our products all have like plant oils in them and extracts and roots and all that. So they're all like, it's all plants and stuff from nature. But they were like, well, if she's allergic to like certain grasses outside from the pollen, she could be allergic to something that's in your product, like maybe the aloe or maybe the coconut oil or whatever, Well, so we stopped that for a while to figure it out. But when she had her testing, and they came back with the report and they took all this testing to see what other environmental toxins or allergens she could be allergic to, nothing came up. The closest thing was a cherry. Like, she's sensitive to cherries and she's sensitive to almonds, right? That's as close as she got, but no. Nothing. I listed a few of the ingredients, like our main ingredients that we use in Pure Haven, and she's not sensitive to any of those. So our products are going to actually continue to assist in her healing, because the infection had caused her skin to like really dry up, and it just kept peeling and peeling and becoming irritated. So after she's done like detoxing, or as she's working through her detoxing from these chemicals, and then they had given her some like multivitamin for her support and some skin. It's called Serene Skin Beauty from Within. So it's got a cellulose vegetable capsule opposed to your nasty like gelatin and stuff like that. No, we don't want that. So this has a lot of B's in it and vitamin K2. It's a probiotic blend, basically, to help her with the skin health. And then she's got her Chemtox. So this is going to help her take out those toxins that are caused by surfactants. Now here's where like my Pure Haven knowledge comes in. Surfactants is like one of those dreaded ingredients. Sulfates, those SLSs, those SLESs, those glucosides, and whatever is in your detergents, like any detergent type thing. When you think about your shampoos and your soaps and your dish detergents and your laundry detergents, any of those surfactants, this is what happened. She is highly sensitive to those. And now is when my knowledge that I've gained from like being a consultant with Pure Haven and learning how to read labels is going to really, really play in at home, because our soaps and most of our stuff is already switched to Pure Haven, which is awesome. But her hair care was one of those things that we haven't swapped, and we're just gonna have to start making our own or find some way around it, as far as like her, because she's got the very, very kinky African hair. So as far as her gels and leave-ins, stuff like that she uses with her hair. I have some ideas of what to do, but if you guys do any of this at home, feel free to share with me. If you make your own products, I'd love to hear what you use for like hair care if you have African hair, because I know the shampooing and conditioning process and like the styling and that extra moisturizing, like the hair just needs it. So the oils are necessary and stuff like that. So Pure Haven is not necessarily specialized with those. I mean, we've got gel, but it's, and then we have shampoo and conditioner, which is great for her hair. But the extra, and the leave-in conditioner, yes. But the styling products, I guess, and the added, like we might have to do those deep, which we did before, like olive oil treatments. So I would, when she was younger, get her hair coated in olive oil, and she'd sleep in like a plastic cap and then a silk cap or something wrapped around so it wouldn't come out and ruin anything. And then she'd wash her hair in the morning, and her hair would be so soft and so like moisturized and healthy. We're just gonna have to go back to the basics, right? So it's more time consuming, but sometimes you have to do what you have to do. Your health is being compromised otherwise, as she was. I mean, she was in pain. Her skin was flaring up, peeling, and pinkish reddish, you know what I mean? And she needed her hands for everything. So I just felt so bad for her, you know what I mean? So I'm so glad that, I mean, my next step, like they wanted to send me to this specialized dermatologist that was gonna cost over $1,000. I mean, maybe even over $1,500. And I still would not have found a solution to it. They would have done some patch testing first. They do the consultation, which is like $250, and then it's like $380 for each time. There's 3 times you have to do patch testing on 3 different days, and that's just going to test her and see what she's allergic to. So then you're gonna have to follow up. Well, I don't even know. I've never gone that far. But I don't think, because they're on more Western medicine, I don't think they'll just give you something to treat it. You understand? They're not going to say what to avoid. Well, they'll tell you what you're allergic to, but they're not going to, I guess, give you a healthy solution, as you can say. I guess that's where like Pure Haven comes in, and then holistic doctors and naturopathic doctors. So this is going to be like her basis of what we're going to go off of and what we're going to work with. So as far as like her diet now, what she can eat, what to avoid in her products, what to avoid in her diet, and then her going through the detox right now, getting her body back to a healthy state. This is the new life for her, right? And it was the new life for me too. You just learn so much about yourself. Honestly, you have these printouts all about yourself. You've got this new routine to follow for, I think, 30 days. You follow up another 30 days, and then 60 days, and then 90 days or whatever, and then you should be done with all your supplements. And they'll tell you, you know, this is working for you, you can back off on it, take it less, or you might need this. Or usually it's weaning off the stuff because it's doing what it needs to do. I've never had to go back on anything. When I was low on magnesium and my levels were back to where they need to be, I'm good with that. So there's a lot more going on with her. I'm not going to go into everything, but I can tell you it's all relating to and comes back to your toxic bucket overload. So her body has just got so much overload of toxins from foods. You know, dairy is one of them. Our bodies are not really made to digest dairy so well. So dairy is one of them. Sorry guys, I got an interruption. And then toxins, building up over time, your body's just like, hey, I can't handle this anymore, and then it reacts. So rather than waiting for that point, having a handy dandy guide of certain keywords, those like major ones out there that are allergens and stuff like that, to avoid those as best you can. And knowing that word fragrance now, because we hadn't known years ago, that word fragrance hides up to or more than 3,000 ingredients. So when the word fragrance, or the ingredient, well, it's not even an ingredient, I'm just going to say that word, that loophole word fragrance, is on any product that you use, whether it's your personal care or your household stuff. When you're using that product, just know that you don't know what you're using, because it's hiding thousands of words, thousands of ingredients, chemicals, or whatever may be behind that word. And they don't have to disclose it, because their excuse is, well, we don't want to give up our, formula for it to be, processed. It's their secret. It's their trade secret, right? So that, if anything, eliminate anything with the word fragrance on it, and then go on from these toxic SLSs, your sulfates. As you have learned, my daughter is highly allergic or sensitive. The correct word that they use is sensitive. They don't use allergic. I noticed when you go to a homeopathic doctor, it's your sensitivities. You're either going to be highly sensitive, mildly sensitive, or very low sensitive. So the surfactants in detergents is her, highest sensitivity level. So that we are going to work on. I hope that this is all like helping you guys, because it's helping my daughter, it's helping my family in general to know all this information, and I'm putting it out there so that hopefully it would help you or somebody you have these unexplained skin conditions all of a sudden. It's like, I don't understand. And then the doctors prescribe you these ointments and creams and meds to take. That is not going to get rid of the problem. It's going to mask it for a little while, maybe cause other problems down the road, and then once you're done with the prescription, it's going to come back if you're still using whatever it was that's causing it. A lot of times it is, like in my daughter's case, detergents. They just throw these harmful chemicals in there, and they're skin irritants. They're messing with your main organ that's supposed to be your barrier to protect your organs. Now, if it's going on your skin, it's going into your skin, into your bloodstream, attacking your organs, your endocrine system. So, think about that. Your skin is supposed to be your barrier to protect your body. So, think about those things that you're putting on it, because it's going to go right into your bloodstream. And now think about the foods that you eat too. Are you feeding the the illnesses? Are you feeding the parasites? Are you feeding the cancer? Are you feeding the allergens, the irritations with the foods that you're eating? Or are you nourishing and keeping them out of your body? You understand? Are you helping your body to detox? Are you helping your body to function right when you're eating stuff? So if you think about it, like a lot of fruits and vegetables, they break down easy, and they have vitamins and nutrients in them that your body's going to take what it needs and then eliminate what it doesn't. It's your body can function and break down and do all that easily. But when you're eating like these foods with these, for example, inflammatory ingredients like gums and think of it like these chemicals like titanium dioxides, and then food dyes like red, blue, yellow, those food colorings, and flavors or natural flavors, you don't know what's in there, all these like ingredients in there that are hard for your body to break down and or causing more issues in your body. So those things are going to contribute to whatever's going on in your body. So even like I think, and the doctors think, even though it was just on her hands, right, and that contact with those surfactants caused by possibly her workplace, cleaning up after her shift, the added food, like the toxins coming in from the food that her body wasn't liking, was not helping the hand situation, because it's all, it's all related, it's all linked. Your body all like has endocrine system, it all works together. So if your endocrine system is, off whack somewhere, it's going to show up somewhere in your body. That's all. I think that's all I want to touch on. So with foods, the other imprint, so part of the chem detox is dioxin. Dioxin is like formed as a result of the combustion of burning, like the process of burning fuels like wood, coal, and oil. So environmental toxins, and burning those, it's going into the air, it's going into the soil and water, and us as humans are breathing that in and all that stuff, and also the animals are eating off the grounds that this is going into too. So if you're then eating, the beef and the chicken and the dairy from all these animals, it's going into our body too. So that's mainly how that is, or it's a manufacturing thing too. So it's put in our plastics. So if you're heating up stuff, or you in plastic ware, or just coming into contact with a lot of plastic, or it's leaching into your foods, I should say, that's one way. But so it's going to end up in your products, in the air and everywhere. So that is that part of her detox. It's in her chemtox right here. Oh my gosh, there's so much stuff to learn, but it's like, I understand it and I get it, and I think that's a great thing, is when you can be like, wow, look at certain ingredients and have that sense and just come to a conclusion and be like, I get it, even though you don't really understand the scientific background of how it's working, but you can have the sense enough to understand how everything is working, or working against your endocrine system, the way your body is supposed to work. So that was my late lunchtime Friday, and sorry it's so lengthy, but that was gonna catch up with all the ones that I've missed this week. We done a college tour. It was 4 hours to get down there. We live up in Lawrenceville, closer up to near Atlanta, so we had to drive down almost to Savannah, Georgia. And there's no highway route there, unless I wanted to drive an extra mileage and an extra half hour or so. So it was just a back roads, and very scenic, with lots of cows and farms, and just lots of cows and farms. So, and it was a long, boring ride. Those rides, you want to make sure you gas up, because after a certain point, for a couple hours, there was no gas stations. So scary at some points. But yeah, we did that, and then this was a few hour process, maybe 3 hours. Me and my daughter getting our testing evaluation done, which is awesome. I'm telling you, if you have the time, or you don't have the time, make the time. Seriously, it will save you gas money going back and forth from doctors. It will save you time going back and forth from doctors, money with prescriptions, and I swear to God, save yourself the headache and just go get it done. Your thermography and a body analysis, your bioenergetic testing, and the bioterrain urinalysis. If you want me to type in those words, hi Sabrina, let me know. I'm just about ending my live right now. You can watch it on the replay. We had a lot going on this week, so I wasn't able to get my lives in all through the week. So this one was lengthy, because I wanted to make sure I filled you guys in, because my experiences with my daughter's toxic chemical intake and the reaction to the inside palms of her hands, I'm sure will help somebody else out there, or somebody that somebody knows with any type of skin reaction going on. It's just unexplained, and you don't want to go to the dermatologist and pay up to yin yang for just more steroid creams and topicals or drugs. That's only going to mask the problem and get rid of it temporarily, because you're not finding the root cause of what's causing it. So I highly recommend naturopathic, holistic wellness centers, naturopathic doctors to do these bioenergetic testing, because you will find out so much from your body, inside out, top to bottom, stuff I never even knew that about myself. I'm like, wow, did you know that your teeth, each tooth has like a certain nerve, it controls a certain point in your body? I didn't know all that, but anyway. Happy Friday, everybody. Thank you for joining me. If you catch me on the replay, still say replay. Tell me where you're watching from. If you have any questions, pop them in the chat. I will post this later. I'm going to eventually post my daughter's hands, like a before and after, so you can kind of see what that looked like. Yes, so once you find the root cause, avoidance is key. Avoid the things that's causing this. Sometimes it's hard. Sometimes you just have to, learn to make time for it. It's important. Your health is important. So learn avoidance and find your healthy solutions. And I'm here for you to help find those healthy solutions. I'm here for you to help decipher labels, read ingredients. You're never a bother. Shoot me a text, shoot me a DM. I'm here for you guys. Happy Friday. Have a great weekend, and I love you all. Have a good week.